This is the Matthew Challenge, KFT. This is chapter 5, 6, and 7. So now we all know what had happened in chapter 4, right? Jesus has started his ministry, and at this time he was teaching, he was preaching the gospel, he was healing all sorts of sicknesses, as we witnessed in chapter 4. So now chapter 5, Jesus has fully began his ministry. At this point, he is teaching the multitude. So he went up to the mountain and he sat with his disciples, and many had gathered around him. There was a multitude. And during that time, he began to preach. And he was teaching them, how to be believers, how they are salt of the world, how they need to fulfill, the law, how Christ came to fulfill the law, how, we cannot murder, adultery, about marriage. He began to speak about, not judging, loving your enemies, doing what pleases the Lord. He taught his disciples how to pray, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. At this point, Jesus was teaching continuously because now he wanted his disciples and the multitude that had gathered to know more about Christ, to know what we must do as believers. He preached about fasting. He preached about laying treasures in heaven. He preached about our body, our eye being the lamp of the body. Meaning that if the eye is good, then the whole body is full of light. He began to teach about worrying. He says, do not worry about what you will eat or drink. Even the lilies and the birds, they don't have to gather, but yet the Lord feeds them. He begins to teach about not judging each other, do not judge. He begins to teach about, so pretty much everything that the Lord taught within these 3 chapters was just building us. He was telling his disciples, he was telling the multitude, ask how you can, seek from the Lord, how you can receive from the Lord. He was talking about the narrow road. He was talking about building, knowing each other by the fruits. Beware of false prophets. He was teaching about him being the solid rock, that as he is the foundation, once we are hidden in him, we know that no matter what the storms, no matter what the situation, no matter what we will go through, we will We will stand and we will not fall. So this was a time that the Lord was teaching believers who are following him that, hey, this is what you must do as a child of God. This is what you must do. You need to know